We discuss how long it takes to buy a house, and that's starting right now.
Welcome to Homebuyers School, brought to you by Brookfield Residential.
Hi everyone, I'm Carlier and welcome to another Homebuyer School video, a channel where you get the latest strategies, tactics, and tips from home buying experts. And remember, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to get the latest strategies from the experts, make sure to hit the subscription button below, hit the little notification bell so you don't miss anything. So today I'm joined by Corey McDonald, Community Manager with Brookfield Residential. And the question we're going to answer is, how long does it take to buy a house?
Really good question. Each circumstance, each person's individual time frame for researching a home may take a little bit longer. Some people may have time frame restrictions, they need to buy a little bit quicker, or some people may have the resources to be able to take their time, look at all the options that are out there. But once you've narrowed down that specific home that works best for covering your needs, the time frames do kind of restrict a little bit, and that would depend on if you're buying a brand new versus buying a resale home. Most resale purchases, they'll have a condition removal period. So you write your purchase agreement, write in contract the offer you're putting in, and once that gets accepted, you would have about a 7-day time frame to meet the conditions of that contract. And what that means is that if you're putting out an additional deposit, or if your bank requires you to pay off a car loan or to sell a current home, to meet the conditions of that approval. So you would have about a 7-day window to meet those conditions on that contract before the sale would be finalized. With a builder, sometimes it takes a little bit longer, or we give you a little bit more of a longer time, maybe about a 10 to 14-day time frame to get mortgage approval and to come up with the remainder of either a 5% or a 20% down payment, depending on the style of home that you're purchasing. Within that condition removal period, it's still a time that if you don't get the mortgage approval you're looking for, or if you're not able to get into that place, or your circumstances change and you're no longer able to get into that home, you can still cancel, and typically any deposit you would have given at that point would still be reimbursed. It's after that 7 to 14-day conditional removal period, once you've met the conditions of that agreement, you've given any remaining deposits, that's when you're more legally bound into the contract. So that's a long-winded way of saying that the typical purchase time frame happens anywhere from about 7 to 14 days, but it's a pretty busy 7 to 14 days.
I think when we're talking about how long does it take to buy a house, there's I see it as 3 phases. The first phase is research phase. So you've done your research online, talk to people, also walk through some show homes, right? If you're buying a new home, or even if you're buying a resale, you still have to walk through the house. At the same time too, you're looking at your mortgage approvals to see if you get approved. And in some cases, you're looking at your down payments, right? Do you have enough to pay down? I think to me, the second phase is actually the contract phase, where yes, I've got all this approved and I want to actually, and that's where you're talking about the 7 to 14 days, right? Where you're actually signing the contract, making sure the conditions are, you've met all the conditions. And I think isn't the third phase the actual move-in phase? So if it's a new home, that's when it's taking however long it takes to build your home. And if it's a resale home, however long it takes you to move into said home. Right?
Correct.
Would that be kind of the 3 phases?
I think that's very accurate. I would also put in there, depending on the markets, negotiations could potentially happen right around that contract phase too. So what you're willing to offer to the seller or the builder versus what they're willing to accept, right? So that would kind of be played into that part as well. But you're right, there would be a little bit of a difference from, if you're building brand new, there's a little bit of a longer time frame for getting possession of your home versus moving into either a feature home or a quick possession home from builder versus a resale home, where the time frames could be a little bit sooner as well.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Corey. And the question I have for you is, how long did it take you to buy your last home, and what were the steps that it took to finally actually move in? Let us know in the comments section below. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
That's another edition of Homebuyers School. Tune in next time for more expert tips and tricks. And visit homebuyerschool.ca to bring you one step closer to finding your dream home. As with everything, it would be great if you like and share our videos. Also, please let us know if you have any home buying questions you want us to answer.